Welcome back to Picture, the podcast where books come to life on screen and in conversation. I am your host, Kim.
And I'm your host, Tiff, and today we've got something different but equally addictive, a real heart romance that's sweet, spicy, and layered. Oh my God.
Very layered like an onion, which is a reference. If you've read the book, you will know. Joining us is author E.L. Wall, but she also goes by Erica, which is how we will say her name moving forward. She is the author of Letters to Olive. This isn't your basic love story. Think enemies to lovers, buried family secrets, and a damn good dose of humor and heart.
Which we love.
Yes.
Oh my God, can't get enough of. Olive has been haunted by a tragic past, losing her parents at 13, growing up with her grandparents, working the family bakery, until an envelope from a woman claiming to be her mother shows up in an old trunk. Cue emotional chaos now.
My jaw dropped, literally. And I knew it was coming, but my jaw still dropped. That's when Olive turns to Mitch Murphy, the big broody neighbor who's been low-key annoyed by her presence until he isn't. They click, she lowers her guard, and then plot twist, he breaks his only promise.
Yes, we're talking love, betrayal, forgiveness, and the power of one letter to shift everything. So buckle up because it's about to get emotional and maybe a little messy.
I'm so excited. Erica, thank you for being on the podcast. Say hi to our listeners.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for having me. This is like such a cool experience and I've been literally looking forward to it for months now. So I'm here.
We're so happy. I'm so excited to finally talk to you about this book. I've been waiting.
I know, I'm so flattered. I think I'm still getting used to like people actually reading it. So when you were like, oh, I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's kind of the whole point. Like, people should be reading it.
You're like, did you?
Of course I read it. Oh my God. This book is everything to me. I had so much emotion reading this book and I was like all over the place. I was like, this is so good. I loved every bit of it.
That the characters are like relatable, you know, like it's stuff like, you know, you don't want it to feel so real that like it triggers too much sadness, but it should be relatable and comfortable. And that's kind of what my drive was.
They are very relatable. It's like you live in that town and you know of all these people and you know like what's going down between them. That's how I felt. Like I felt like I just live in this town with these people and I just know the gossip and what's going on. I'm like, did you see them over there in the water? Did you see what happened over there?
Thankfully, it's pretty secluded, so you know we're not putting out any like NC-17 stuff for the you know.
They're like, Kim, what are you doing over there? I'm like, don't worry about it.
So we like to start off asking about the writing and creative process, and we believe that every author has an origin story. So we want to know what yours is. What inspired you to start writing?
So I feel like it's like not even that exciting of like a start. I truly just kind of started it as like a form of therapy. You know, I'm not a big TV watcher. And I honestly, for majority of my life, hated reading because we were like conformed to read specific things in school. And it just always felt forced and it wasn't like something I was choosing for myself. So after my son was born, I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna start reading, see how it goes. And then it was just like an immediate addiction. Like I just started to like really immerse myself into reading. And I've always really enjoyed writing too. Like I always did. I'm not like an A+ student, but I always did relatively well in English courses. And I'm like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna start writing down some thoughts. You know, I had written I hate to say poems because it's not like roses are red, violets are blue kind of thing, but more of like Rupi Kaur style where like they don't have to rhyme, but like short stories meets poems.
Yes.
And I've never done anything with that, but like, you know, like everybody, like I've gone through some things in life and different things that, you know, are harder to sometimes cope with. And I just used writing as a form of therapy and I enjoyed it so much and decided like, hey, I think I'm going to publish. Like, why not? You know, like Carr self-published her first book and look at where her, you know? And also like my kids can see that it's something that like I put my heart into, that I really felt strongly enough about and confident enough to do. And I want them to see that, you know, that's what life is all about, you know, is you just put your best foot forward. It might not work out, but it could also be great. So
I love that.
Yeah, me
And I
too.
love how you're like, I didn't really like reading. And if you are watching the actual video of this podcast and you look at her background,
I
you're
know.
like,
I was
I
like,
know, but
how
you would
times have changed.
never believe that, like, this is still fresh. Like, I mean, I've probably been, like, actively reading, like, for a good 3 years. And, like, I mean, this isn't even all the books that I haven't read all of them, let's be real. Like, everyone
yeah. We all have
I mean, we
physical
all
books
agree.
that we
these
haven't
books
read.
are just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's a good color. I'm gonna put that one."
Yeah.
I'll get to it eventually, but my TBR is, like, it's long. So,
Yeah.
obviously, I
Yes.
can't read them all, but I read a lot on my Kindle as well, and I was so against Kindle for, like, the longest time. I'm like, "I want a tangible book." Like, I like holding the book and feeling the pages, and I have are we Gilmore Girls watchers? Do we watch Gilmore Girls?
Kim
Here,
watches
it's
Gilmore
me.
Girls. I'm not a hater. I
All
just haven't watched
time. I'm
it.
waiting.
I'm sure you're familiar with the scene then where Rory is at Yale and she's like, "The books.
Yes.
Smell the books." And I'm like, "That's what I think about." But then I got a Kindle and I was like, "Oh, damn, this is actually pretty great." So
She's like, smell
I
the
was
Kindle.
always
I'm
so
on the
against
boat too.
Kindle.
Okay. So I just kind of ride with it. Some books I read, like I read The Nightingale back in March, I think, February, March, and it's not available on Kindle. So I was like, "Oh, I get to read an actual book again. Great."
Yes.
You said I
I'm the
love
same
this.
way. I have the Kindle, and there's some books that just aren't on Kindle, and I'm like, well, it looks like I'll have to buy the actual
I get to buy
copy.
another copy. Whoops. Yeah.
I know. My husband's like, you have a Kindle. I'm like, it's not on Kindle Unlimited.
And honestly, like,
Oh,
sometimes your mood changes. Sometimes I don't wanna read on a screen, I want the book.
Yeah.
yes. Or sometimes he's like, why are you reading on your phone when you have a Kindle? I'm like, it's just the convenience of how I feel right now. Sometimes the Kindle
Yeah.
Unlimited on my phone, if I'm already I have my Kindle and then I have my phone with the
The app.
Kindle app,
So you
and
Yeah.
connect.
I read 2 different books. On my Kindle, I'm reading one, and on my app, I'm reading another, and then I have my Audible, which is different, and then I have my physical, which is different, and he's like, "You're too much." I'm
Yeah.
like,
Honestly,
"It's
like,
not. It's not
I
even enough."
It's
I'm
not
not
enough.
I'm the type of person, if I read a book on Kindle and I love it so much, I will buy the copy.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
Well, I did that. I don't know, it's not in my view, but I don't know if it's in your view,
I
like,
could see it.
okay, Older, I love pretty much everything by Jennifer Hartman, she's amazing. And I read Older on Kindle, and I was like, "Well, now I have to have the copy.
You're like, I
It'll
need
be up
this.
here." You know,
Yeah.
so
You're like, "It could go away on Kindle Unlimited. They could take it
exactly.
away. I
Yeah.
You don't
need
wanna
the
reread
copy."
it. Yeah.
I
It's a
get it.
trophy.
We understand your vibes.
We're picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So we have to ask, we love asking this question. What's your writing setup like? I mean, we know for some people, they like to sit with like silence, some like music, some have like a specific drink that they have, a specific setup. Do you have a specific writing setup that you do, or do you just like write on the go? You're like, fuck it.
I have 3 kids, 10, 6, and 4, and I write when I can, where I can. I would love to have, like, a desk down here,
Mm-hmm.
like, in my little comfort zone. And my son is actually starting pre-K in this coming week, so all 3 kids will be at school full time, and I work part-time in the afternoon. So I actually am gonna get the uninterrupted hours for once
Yeah.
in my life since becoming a mom and a writer. So I'm really looking forward to having, the capacity to do such a thing, like where I can sit in a designated area. Because normally, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, probably like 90% of my first book was written either outside on a lawn chair watching my son or like on the couch. Just wherever I can just bring my laptop, this is
That's where
where
the
I'm going.
best writing is made, okay?
Yeah.
Is on
And
a
I'm not
couch or
somebody
outside.
And I'm not somebody who has, like, so many people are like, "Oh, yeah, like, I always have, like, a playlist going." I find I come from such a music-oriented family, like, my dad is, the man has over 3,000 CDs, like,
Oh
he,
my God.
like, has
Wow.
hundreds of albums, like, he has a lot of music, and he is well-versed in everything, so I grew up around all types of music,
Mm-hmm.
apart from rap, because my dad doesn't do that.
Yeah.
She's
Like,
like, she's like, that's my own little
Yeah.
I'm
personal vice.
They're not touching that, no thanks.
Yeah.
But we grew up with all kinds of music, like, things that people have never even heard of, and so music is a huge part of my life too, but it's almost like those passions are separate, and it's hard to kind of, like, mold them together because I've
Yeah.
Mhm.
tried putting music on when I'm writing, and then I'm end up, like, sitting there and I'm, like, dancing, and then I,
Like
like,
vibe into the
couple
music.
Yeah, and then a couple times I'm, like, writing the lyrics down. I'm like, "Nope, nope, I'll go back." That's like, I can't multitask like that. So I'm like, I need the focus, and there are so many times where, like, one of my kids will come in and I'm like, "Just let me finish the sentence so that I know I'm down, like, just wait." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, speaking of playlists and songs, so you have a playlist in this book, which
Yes, I
I
do.
love. I love a good
We love a
playlist.
playlist in a book.
How did you come up with your playlist?
I love that question actually a lot because again, like it sounds contradictory, but like music is a huge thing. And
Mhm.
while I don't listen to it while I'm writing, just so that I don't confuse myself or like get off track, I I think music is very therapeutic. I think it's really powerful and certain
Mhm.
like in every realm of life, honestly. So when I'm creating a playlist, a lot of times it comes from like a scene. So I read a book one time and I couldn't tell you which one it was because I read so many now. I'm like, it was one of them. There's it's one of them. She put at the top of each chapter, she had like a musical note and then the song. So it vibed with the chapter that you were reading.
Drive, like
Is it
Drive.
Drive? Is it Drive?
I haven't read that book, so I don't think it was that one. But
That
it's
Oh,
book
let me
a
does
lot of
that
that.
though, and it's so good.
I love that, and I honestly for
Yeah.
my 3rd book, I have contemplated, like, adding that in just so that people, like, get that, like, extra connection to the story.
Mhm.
So a lot of the songs that I do, they're either songs that are mentioned within the book, like, there's a Fleetwood Mac song, Silver
Yes.
is on that, and I love the live version, like, that whole album is phenomenal live, and it just I wanted to incorporate that into their storyline. So it was spoken about, but then there are other songs that obviously aren't in the book, but it was just like I can hear the song like as I'm writing the scene,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's been really fun with the book that I'm working on right now because it's dark romance. Like some of the songs that have come to me, I'm just like I giggle like a little. I'm like,
This is
You're like, "This is so
spicy.
good."
"Oh, great. Yeah, like
It's
it just
so
works."
good.
Exactly, and I chuckle because, I mean, I know we'll probably get I don't wanna, like, give too much away about,
No,
like,
you're good.
upcoming book, but, like, he's basically, like, a vigilante type of person, so he's killing off,
Oh, we love it.
like,
Here for it.
he's going off and killing, like, the rapists and, like, the bad people, so, like, he's a bad guy, but, like, in the
He's
long
doing
run
it for good.
He's a bad guy,
yeah,
but it's like
for the greater good.
it's good. Yeah.
So there's a scene that I wrote a few weeks ago where he's vividly and graphically taking out one of the people. And it's like before he got started, he like walks down and he's like blasting my music, Bodies by Drowning Pool comes on and
Yes!
I
he's
love
about
it.
to dismember this man and the song is like Let the Bodies Hit the Floor and it just like
Yeah.
it's like kicking
I'm literally gonna read that book
So good.
because I love
Yes.
reading a book and having the playlist going on in the background, even if it's like re-looping it. I cannot wait to read this upcoming book and have the playlist. I love a good playlist because you just like are more immersed in the story and
yeah,
you feel like
Yeah.
more connected with the
the author
characters.
and the
Yeah,
author too. Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I saw it in
Here
whatever
for
book
it.
I had seen it in. I was like, yeah, I love that. Like
You're
I
like genius. This
You're
is
like, "This
amazing.
is what I look
and
for when I read a book."
yeah, and people react to it because I actually sent a copy of Letters to Olive to two like really like big influencers on TikTok and stuff, and they were both like so sweet. Like they both responded to it. They both posted a video about it. Like it was a really like I was like fangirling over here, like, oh my god, they actually really like it. And when the one of the girls that I sent it to, her name is also Erica, she was reading it and she was flipping through and she goes, oh, it has a playlist. Like just immediately like caught,
It's the
Oh my god, I
best.
love
yeah,
it.
it's a big thing, and I'm like, I'm surprised more authors haven't done it because I
Yeah.
feel like it's so monumental to have that.
Yes.
I agree.
Everybody, all the authors, just do it. Even if you don't think anyone's gonna like it, just do it. We love it.
And
Yeah.
the amount of times where I see like I'm like, well, I've never even heard of that group or that artist or whatever, and then I'm like, it's you're in a way as an author, you're supporting a musician as
Mhm.
in itself too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
kind of getting like, and I love that. Like I love putting in maybe a group that people haven't heard of as much, like, a lot of people that my age and stuff, like, they're like, "Who's Fleetwood Mac?" And I'm like, "Ugh, you uncultured, like, get
You're
Oh
like,
my god, if someone
listen to the
ever told me
playlist.
who Fleetwood Mac is, I would just walk away. I'd be
I mean,
like,
You feel
"We're done
so
here."
You're just like,
It hurts my
thanks.
soul. Like, how
I
do you
feel
not
that deep."
know?
Yeah, you're like, "How did
Yeah.
My birthday is May 26th, and I share a birthday with Stevie Nicks, so, like, we're connected on a deep level.
You're, like, offending me
Yeah, like,
directly.
don't come at me with that. Yeah, that's blasphemy, I get it.
Oh my god. No, it's really true though, because there was it's by Kate Stewart. I read it. It was Kate Stewart and it was Drive, and she had that every chapter was was a song. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to the song as I read the chapter. And I was so invested. There was a couple songs by people I didn't know.
Yep,
They are now on my playlist. I'm like, this I have to download the song. I have to
yep.
download the entire playlist. I need to
It's
and like
amazing how that works, you know?
yeah, it's so my husband's like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Pause." I'm like, "Okay, so there's this book." Let me give you the context of why this song is important because you can't just listen to the
Yeah,
song.
it's a
This is why it
scene.
was used.
It's like a
Yeah.
whole yeah, it is,
So when you re-listen to it, all you think of is that
Is
one
that
scene from the
scene?
book, which is
yeah,
just so good because
it
it's
is, it's
like
such a good connection, you know?
yeah.
I get that.
I love
Yeah,
it. Okay.
we talk about music
Oh, I love it so
today.
much. Okay,
Love
so
it.
we're here to talk about your book, Letters to Olive, which I love it so much. It is literally like my 6 out of 5 stars. I love this book so much. I swear I love it. I ate it up. I just was like, this is a book. I've been in a reading slump, minus, books that we read for interviews in our podcast. Like my personal books, I've been in a slump. This one, the fact that I ate it up so fast, I was like, this is amazing. I'm back on my reading. Like, I was like, I need to read more books. Like, I got excited to read again. Isn't that like,
I love that. That's why we do it, you know?
it was so good.
Thank you.
Okay, so what was the inspiration to write this book? There's
Well,
so much in it. And I'm like, what inspired you to write this book?
I literally love when people ask me this because I dead ass am not kidding you. I had this dream like 15 years ago.
Oh my God.
And that's where the basis started. The dream was, and the only thing that was different was she lived with her, like in the dream, it was like a girl who lived like down south or whatever, like with her dad. And
Mm-hmm.
she found out that she, like her birth mother, had been writing her these letters or something. And like in my dreams, I actually did a research paper on dreams in college, and I don't remember like half of it. I know for me personally, my dreams don't typically have a lot of dialogue. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
feelings and like little blurbs here and there. So there wasn't like any like real dialogue in the dream. It was just more of like a feeling and like a story that was kind of unraveling within the dream.
Yeah.
Waking up and I was like, that would make a good book. But this was like I was like still in college and I'm like, ugh, I'll never be writing a book. Like what and I
She's like, that was fun.
what a cute idea. Maybe I can sell it to somebody. Who knows? Like not even thinking twice about it. So when I wrote my first book, I call it like my first pancake because I'm like, it's not even like that good. Like it was clearly very amateur. That's where the therapy kind of started. It was like
Mm-hmm.
that book for myself, not really planning on publishing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was like, ooh, like I really want to put 150% into something and really like do it the right way this time, that's what popped back into my head. And I was like, that story, but I just changed certain things. I didn't want it to be like she was with her dad or whatever. I'm like, it just kind of kept evolving. Like the general basis was there.
Mm-hmm.
That it didn't even really start off as like a romance novel. It was just this female, and that was one of the only bits of like dialogue that was in there was her name was Olive
Mm-hmm.
dream, and she finds like a bunch of old letters from her birth mom. And it was truly that simple. So like everything else within the book was it just evolved as I went and like kind of just like came together. Like when I wrote about her grandparents' vow renewal, like that was
Yes.
just something that like on a whim popped up because I'm like, okay, well they did the whole fundraising thing and it was a way to make them all feel connected to the property and like feeling like they can gain something back after the tornado and like everything
Yes.
like that. Like it was a way to kind of bring the town together and feel more connected. And then I was like, ooh, I could write a vow renewal. I'm like, because he was in the hospital. I don't want to give too much weight for people who haven't read it, but
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm sorry in advance to people who haven't read it because I have so many
She's got so
comments.
many comments and concerns,
And I will
spoilers
questions.
are
try
fine.
I will try my best to like not give away anything, but my God.
I feel like there's one that I'm gonna eventually have to give away based on like one of the things that we'll probably talk
The
about.
questions.
It'll probably be like the only spoiler, but I mean, It
It
is.
is what it is. I mean, if you're listening, you should already have read the
Maybe
book,
it'll
You just
just
so
need
make
to
them
read it
wanna read it. They'll be
anyways.
like, "Well, how did we get there?" You know?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I joke with people all the time and I'm like, "Well, my book came from a dream. It just wasn't as dark and deranged as Stephen King, who a lot of books have come from dreams."
Yeah.
I was like, I can relate to a really cool author, just thankfully mine wasn't as, disturbing.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're given a writing prompt, like, "Okay, this is what you get. Here's the information. Her name is Olive. She finds these letters. Write a
Where we
story."
go. Yeah,
And
where
then
will you
you
go?
just were like, "Okay, let's open up this world." I love that. I love a good writing prompt. I'm not a writer by any means. I will not even try to pretend to be.
Well, you know
But
what?
I love a good writing prompt, especially Tiff, like, when she's over, she's like, "Okay, here's this writing prompt. What do you think of this?" I'm like, "Oh, I love that. That's fun. Like, I would read that."
Yeah.
I love being the hype person.
I love
I
doing writing prompts.
Well, and I love that, like, so it's I don't know how other authors are, but, like, so many people talk about how they write, like, an outline, or
Mhm.
they write their book, like, some authors spend, like, weeks,
Plotters.
and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I change things daily."
Oh my
Yeah.
god, we will get into it. We will get into it because I that is one of our questions that we
Okay.
love to find out. Okay. Okay, Tip, go ahead, ask your question because
Okay.
there's so much I have to get into.
There's so much
Okay.
here.
So we are suckers for tropes, especially a good enemies to lovers. I love enemies to
Chef's
lovers.
kiss.
We also love our family secrets, our small town vibes. Like that's Kim's thing. Kim loves a
Oh
small
my
town
god,
vibe.
and I
I
never
love a
knew.
good small town vibe, but like Kim's like
I never
Kim's like, I'll eat that
knew.
up.
Okay, so, like, we've been doing this podcast for a year now,
Yeah.
and so my reading journey has been a year, literally,
Yeah.
and
Since
I
we
never knew
started.
small town vibe like, small towns were my thing.
Mhm.
I never knew, like, enemies to lovers, like, I was like, "What?" Like, Tiff would tell me all the time, "You have to read this. It's a great enemies to lovers," or "It's a great blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "Mm," and
She's like,
then
what do those even mean?
yeah, and then doing yeah, I was like, "What?" And then doing this podcast and reading, I'm like, I love a small town. I love, like, the farm life. I love the vibes. I love, like, a grandparents, and I
Oh,
was like, I love it
it's
all.
so homey and, like, warm, you know?
It is. And it's, like, probably because we live in Vegas, and I'm just like, I wanna live somewhere like this.
That's how we are. We are not like, my husband and I are not city people, so, like, I don't even know if I could. I'm not saying I couldn't write because I like to write things like the way I am with reading. Like I love dark romance and I
Yeah.
love like the unhinged. Do I want to experience that in real life? No, not at all.
Right.
I'm perfectly happy with my, stay at home mom.
She's,
Like,
like, where I'm at.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool, but I love to read like age gap and like multiple love interests and things that are so dark and unhinged. And I'm like, it's like how people get with reality TV. You can enjoy it and want to binge watch it without being thrust into the middle of it.
Yeah.
So
Perfect. Mhm.
I with the whole trope thing and the enemies to lovers, like I could have absolutely kind of dragged out like like when you think enemies, you think like they're just like downright like just jerks, like just
Yeah.
terrible people and this and that. And it doesn't always have to be that way. Sometimes, especially when the enemy part is coming from the male, I
Mhm.
wanted to make it so that and it was very I hope depicted in the story that like it wasn't because he hated her, he hated what her presence did to him.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be on track. I have
Mhm.
goals in mind and I need to do what I can to make this woman want nothing to do with me so that I
Mhm.
can go to sleep at night and know that, hey, you know what? I may look like an ass, but at least I push her away for her good and mine as well.
Yes.
So the
Oh
enemy
my god, and it was, like, early in the beginning, I was like, "What is with Mitch? Like, what is his deal?"
That's just
I was
real.
like, "He loves her, why is he acting like this?"
Which is
And then
why
when
I
you
like
got to
the dual
his
perspective too.
yes, and then when you got to his chapter, I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Mitch."
This is why,
I
yeah.
was like, "I love you so hard even more."
I love a good dual perspective because I think
Same.
it's so important to get the voice from both sides. It's hard to
Yes.
kind of read something in like one person's perspective.
Yep.
And that's why I hope people can relate and fall in love with Mitch is because he comes off as this gruff, brooding, like exterior where he wants to look unfazed and unbothered by life,
Mhm.
whatever. But he's truly is a vulnerable person like everybody else. And his perspective gives you that. Like
Yes.
there were so many times where he was like, this freaking girl, like, what is she doing to me? because he's
Ugh,
human and that's life,
yes.
So it
Oh,
was
he cannot handle it when that tornado or whatever was
oh, I
happening,
love that
and
scene.
they were in the little cellar.
That
I
little
was
schoolgirl
so happy.
feeling where you're
I was
like,
like, I feel like a
yeah,
creep, like, in the corner.
She's
like,
watching.
I'm just waiting out the storm like the rest of you guys.
don't mind me. I'm just sitting here watching, like it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That
like,
was just one of those vulnerable, raw moments for him where he, and then you see right after where he went right back. And she was,
yes.
is he gonna
He's
act like
like,
it never happened?
I know.
And it makes you like want to punch him in the throat, but you're like, I get it. Like I do
Yeah.
understand.
Yes.
Men
Do
are
you watch or read The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Oh my God.
don't even get me started. Are you kidding me?
He gave me like Conrad vibes. I was like,
I want it to be known that I've only seen season 1 and 2
uh,
episodes of season 2, so I'm still
I'm
behind.
so
forcing
this
her
is a
to watch it.
Forced.
you can't even pick
Forcing her.
teams yet.
Yeah, this is a
Kimmy, are you
forced
team
watch.
Conrad or Jeremiah?
Conrad.
God, because I got my neighbor onto it, and she's like, I always go for the ones that like nobody wants, and so she's team Jeremiah, and I was like, after this,
Even to now.
yes, after episode 7, I was like, you can't even tell me that scene on the beach, and she starts laughing. She goes, I feel like I'm even more team Jeremiah. I was like, how is that even possible? Like, what are you talking about? Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
dying.
I need
Tiff.
to know.
No, Tiff. Okay, so I
Catch up,
forced
girl.
her. She came over and we stayed up till like almost 4 a.m. I was like, you need to watch season, like, we have to start it. You have to be caught up with me. So she watched the whole first season. I was like, and your team? And she's like, Jeremiah. I was like, that's going to change, but okay, it's a canon event. That's fine. Be team Jeremiah. That's okay. We started season 2 and I was like, well, she's like, I'm still team Jeremiah. I was like, it's okay.
I'm only
That's
2
what my
episodes
neighbor is.
in to
Yeah.
season 2. Okay, so granted,
It will
I haven't
change.
seen because I've seen clips on TikTok about him and like the cocoa bean and the freaking raspberry cake. Like I've seen clips and
I'm
I'm
sitting
like,
there like,
okay, this is stupid.
See,
Why is he like that?
I can't even say like, is this man serious? I'm like, Jeremiah's a child. Like, let's be real. And like,
He acts like a kid and it is annoying, but I think the only reason I like him is because like I feel bad because
Yeah.
I know Belly likes Conrad, so I'm like, I feel bad for Jeremiah.
Oh my
Like
God,
he
I was
wants to be with her.
I've never been bothered by her, and I'm like, girl, ooh, you are giving off like the dumbest weak vibes right now, and I'm just like,
Especially this
Yeah.
last episode. I was
well, I
like,
read the books, so I know all of
me
that.
too.
Well, I'm
And
full
I know her inner dialogue, like when I watch it, but I'm just like, for those who don't know, they're gonna be like,
it still hurts. Like if they don't, someone said that like the show wasn't going to end the way the books did, and I was like, let me tell you, I will be
was
calling up
like,
Jenny Han personally and being like, how could you allow this to happen?
don't do
Yeah.
it. Do not do a she chose herself vibe. I cannot handle that.
No.
No. We did not sit here and go through all these emotions for her to choose herself. I'm sorry. No, she has to
Agreed.
pick one.
Agreed.
Please.
And I love that, like, and I think that was one of the things I was telling my neighbor when I was just like, the thing with Conrad is like, I get why he's frustrating sometimes.
Yes.
Like, he is one of those people where he deflects to protect him. Like, he has severe anxiety and panic attacks.
Yes.
And he feels like that's not something that, like, he can talk about freely. Like, men are put
Mhm.
under this microscope where they're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to be emotional, and they're not
Yes.
feel these feelings. And that's why towards like the end of the book, like when you see some more things from Mitch's perspective, I wanted that more raw emotional side of him to come
Yeah.
out. The bonus epilogue is his letter to her because
Yes.
he wanted her to know that he messed up,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mhm.
that, you know what, if at the end of the day, if I lay my like heart on the line for you and I do all that I can, then at least I know I tried
Yes.
myself out there in ways that I never did for anyone else. And
Yes.
I love Conrad because he does
Yes.
the same
This
thing.
was like the vibe. I was like, oh my God, is this like Conrad? This is how I felt.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Tiff, you have
gotta
to catch
catch up.
up.
You gotta
I do.
gotta
Belly
catch
is
up.
annoying to me. I love
Yes.
Steven.
She loves Steven.
We love Steven. My neighbor and I were okay,
Always.
I love Steven and
I love
Taylor. I'm here
Steven.
for
He
them.
needs to be protected at all
All
costs.
I love
I love everything
Steven.
about him. When he cried at the end of season 1, I cried. And I want you to know that Kim, like, that broke a spell in me, because for the longest time I didn't cry over anything, and I tried to. As soon as I saw that baby boy cry, I was
Wait
like,
till you get to the 3rd season because Steven's glow up is unreal.
Seriously? I was like, whoa.
If
This is a
you
whole
look
other
at him
person.
from 1st season to 3rd
Mhm.
season, it's
Mhm.
comical how, like, baby face he looks in the 1st season, and then the 3rd, his hair's a little longer in the front, and
He's
I'm like,
grown.
oh.
he's
He's
so
grown.
adorable. Oh my god, I
When
love
we were
I'm
watching the
excited.
1st season, I was like, "Whoa, they all look so young." But Steven
Yeah.
especially, I was like, "Whoa."
baby
And
face.
then I, like, would watch the 3rd season as it came every Wednesday, I watch it, and I'm like, "This is what I love. I
I
love
have to, like, wait
this."
all day. I know it comes out, like, when the clock hits 12, I'm sure, but I have to wait all day because if I try to watch it when my kids are around, they're like, "What are you doing? Can you get me a snack? I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. Can we go outside?" I'm like, I just wanna
You're
watch
like, "I'm just trying to watch
just trying to
this
watch."
girl pick her man, okay? Give me,
Yeah,
like,
literally.
3 minutes, please." Okay, I don't even know where we were.
You're on
We went on a tangent.
We
well, we were talking about
did.
tropes, though.
Yes, tropes. Well, I wanted to know if they came, like, naturally to you as you built the characters, or were these tropes something that you knew you wanted to put into it?
Well, I knew it was gonna be a small town romance just
Mhm.
based off of, like, where the dream had kind of derived from, like, it was
Mhm.
very obvious that, like, she lived, like, in the Midwest, like, in some type where there's a lot of farmland, so, like, I already had the small town romance. I originally started the book differently, where Mitch was, like, so supportive, like, such a good guy, and I was like, everyone likes a bad boy, like, let's make him a
You're
little
like, "I don't like
edgy."
this."
Yeah.
Yeah, like, let's not make him too perfect because, like, gross.
Yeah.
And, like, so it kinda, like, evolved from there, and then, like, obviously, like, the found family, like, everything with, like, her lineage and stuff like that, but with the whole small town romance thing, I did a post on Instagram, like, way back where it was, like, my 2 personalities when it's reading, and you stand on a stack of books, so, like, one shoe I was wearing, like, a cute sandal, and then my other shoe was, like, my black leather boots,
Nice.
standing on 2 stacks of books, and one side was, like, the fluffy, like, I call them palette cleansers, and
Yeah.
then the dark stuff,
Mhm.
and I remember being like, I love Lucy Score books, like, I'm such a sucker for her small town romance world and, like, Elsie Silver, and, like, that's kind of where I got, like, the trope idea with just keeping it like a palette cleanser. One of my
Yeah.
Yeah.
all-time favorite books that I've actually read multiple times, and I had the pleasure of meeting the co-authors, Christina and Lauren. I am obsessed with the book. You probably can't see it, but I have the new deluxe edition of the, Love and Other Words by her. I read it and
Oh.
I went to one of their book signings, here, like, where I live and stuff, and because we bought our tickets so late, we were, like, one of the last people in line to get our book signed. So I got to, like, chat with them and, like, I have a picture with them and stuff like that's on my Instagram and everything, and they're, like, the sweetest women ever, and they're so kind, and I remember reading that book for the first time, and when I finished, it was the feeling that I got after reading that book was how I feel when I watch Gilmore Girls. Like, it was just like a sense of, like,
Yeah.
and one of my best friends, I recommended it to her, and I looked at her and I said, "Emily, I have no idea why I love this book so much. There's nothing that crazy happens. There's, like, one thing at the end of the book where I was like, ooh, like, my heart was breaking." But I'm like, I don't know how to, and I'm looking at her and she's looking at me and I'm like, I probably look like such a dumbass right now. Like, I can't even tell you why I just it's a feeling. I don't know what to tell.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she's like, "I'll try." She reads it. Right after she finishes, she's like, "Oh my god." She's like, "I loved it and I don't get it." And I'm like, "Right?" Like, it's not like a dark romance where you have, like, all these mafia people and there's,
Yeah.
like a web of different things going on. Like, it was just it's a past and present, like, it bounces back and forth from them as kids to them as adults. And
Yeah.
there was just something about it that it's like a comfort book, and
It sounds so
Yeah.
wholesome.
it
Like,
is, like, it just is. It's their relationship. It's the MMC as himself is just one of those people where you're just like, I just wanna, like, hug you. Like, you
mm,
just a sweet persona, and, like, the story itself, like, the turning point and everything, like, it was sad, like, there were parts, but it wasn't anything that wild. And it just
It's
was
just such comfort. It was
It's like
this is
watching a
not
2000s rom-com.
pretty
'Cause
much.
you're
Like,
like
that's a really
'cause
good
you're
way to
like,
put it.
there's nothing different from this rom-com and this rom-com, but this one just hits different.
Yeah.
The
It brings
It's the
characters,
vibe.
joy.
the setting, it's
Yeah.
the feeling, it was just, like, a lot of it, and that's kind of what I want, like, my readers to feel. Like, I don't want them to like, I don't expect people to remember every single detail of the book. Great if you remember the shower scene, like, kudos to you. Love that. But, like, I want you to walk away just feeling, like, a sense of, like, warmth.
Yeah.
Yes.
My book that's coming out, you probably won't feel the same, but this
A
one,
different sense of warmth.
it's yes. Oh, the
That
spice
warm feeling is coming from something else.
you're gonna have to buy a sticker with
Different
more
sense.
chili peppers on it for
Yeah.
sure.
No. Okay, so and I love a dark romance. I'm like,
I
that would be me.
love
Like,
dark
I
romance.
love a dark romance to the point where, like, I will get stuff in the mail and my husband is like,
What
"Kim,
is
what the
that?
fuck are these
Yeah.
pictures?" I'm like, "It's important with the story. Leave it
I look at my
alone."
husband, I'm like, "Worry about you, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Unless you
like,
wanna
"Give
sit
it
down
to
and
me."
read this with me, worry about yourself."
Yeah.
And
I
it's
was
funny
like,
too, 'cause
"Don't
Kim will get, like, 2 in 1 because they send it to both of us.
Oh,
So
no.
she'll open it and she'll get hers, and then her husband will see the, second package, and she goes, "That's for Tiffany."
That's for my sister." And he's like,
He's like,
I
"This you
love
guys are
he's
weird." He's
yeah,
like,
he
"I
just thinks
hate
we're
that."
weird. I'm like,
Hey,
it
you
is
And
know
I'm over
what?
here like, "Look at this graph that they sent me."
There is someone who she posted a video one time where she talks about the book without, she'll explain the plot to her husband,
Mhm.
like, film the conversations with it, and one of the ones that she did was Credence by Penelope Douglas.
Oh my god, that book.
That is so controversial because some people are like 110% no, and then you've got other people like me who I'm like, "I ate that shit
Oh,
up."
me
Yeah,
too.
and there's
So
no in between.
I d
There really isn't, like, it's pretty black and white, like,
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
no
like
in between. You either hate it and you
Mhm.
never wanna read it again, or you love it and wanna
I
keep
made my
reading it, and
sister
I'm on
read
the
it.
side where I
I
love
made
it,
my
and
sister read it, and she was like, "I don't like it."
I'm glad this
Yeah.
is a room where we love Credence, so
I
I
ate
loved
it.
it.
My friend was like, "You have to read this." And she's like, "If you don't like it, I understand because some people don't like it." And I was like, "Okay." So I read it and I called her and I never
I
call
loved
her.
it.
I was like, "You shut the front door right now." She goes, "Penelope Douglas has amazing books." And
Literally,
I
though, have
said,
you read
"I
Five
need
Brothers?
more."
Have you read
Yeah, I
As
haven't
soon
read
as
it.
I
It's
read
on my TBR. I literally have it on my Kindle. Like I put it on there
soon
recently.
as soon as I read Credence, I did it on my Audible, I was like, "Let's just keep going on this train
Yeah.
because"
I heard Birthday Girl is a good one too. My
Yeah.
friend that recommended Credence to me, she said that she loved that one, and I
I
was
do
like,
have it. I do
I
have
need
it.
to
I
read it.
started it and then I got swept off into something else, so I, never finished it, but I do wanna finish it, but the whole, Five Brothers book, I was, again, little, kicking my
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god!" And I remember reading a review one time, somebody gave it a bad review because they were like, "This book is misleading, she did not get with Five Brothers," and I'm pretty much. I'm like, did you do the math? Like, she had more than one, so
She
Oh
didn't
my
get with
god.
5, she only got with 4, and I'm pissed about it.
people
That
get
is the lower
so
view.
people get so nitpicky about things. I'm like, "Oh
They
my
really
god."
do,
Like,
yeah.
It's like, it would have been 5 stars, but there were no 5 brothers, so
Like, okay,
I'm like, "Oh god." Like, that's why I'm like,
1 star
"Don't."
for each brother.
yeah, pretty much.
Literally. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
so
god, I
funny.
love it so much.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
how did we get on that topic?
I don't know, but
I don't
you
know,
know
this
what
is
this
I love it.
reminded me of? Because we were talking about how books have vibes and,
Yeah.
like, the vibey books are good for palate cleansers. I was telling Kim about the Zodiac Academy. I don't know if you've read it, but that is a bad book, but the vibes are killing it.
I've heard so much about it, but there's, isn't there, 20 fucking books or something?
Yeah,
Yes!
there's so many and it's so dumb,
I
but
can't. I don't
Me either, it's so much.
Not
okay,
getting
but
me.
hear me out, okay? Because I needed a palate cleanser because I've been like on rom-com central with books lately. So I was like, I need a palate cleanser that's a dark romance, but not like a normal dark romance. So I started reading the Zodiac Academy. It's written in a way that's not the best, but it's like addicting. Like it's
Yeah,
like a
no,
really
her
bad
and another
Hallmark
author
movie
were
in a
telling
great
me.
way. And I ate
Yeah.
it up. And so now I'm gonna read the second book when I need another palate cleanser.
Do you know
And
what
I'm
you
just
need to read?
saying,
Do you know what you need to read? It's a
What?
3-part series. I only have the first 2 because I haven't bought the 3rd one yet, but, Forged in Blood.
Yeah, I heard that one is so good. My friend keeps telling me to read it, and I keep
Yeah.
telling her that I keep forgetting to buy it.
There's 3
This is your
books.
sign, Tiff. This is your
my
sign.
sign.
Yeah, there's 3 books, and a friend of mine was the one who told me about it, and she was like, "I know that you're, like, fucked up and you don't care, you have no triggers." She's like, "I was fine giving it to you." She's like, "I don't tell certain people about certain books," because she's like, "I don't want them looking at me like I'm nuts." Because
Yeah.
there's a specific scene in the book, and I'm not like, I'll be honest, don't like hate me, but I haven't gotten too far into like the fantasy world yet. Like I have Fourth Wing and I have like those and stuff, but like I've heard that Rebecca Yarros is gonna be doing more on that like series. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait because I don't want to be left like hanging every time. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
all
That's me.
out. So with this one, they're vampires, and I grew up watching Vampire Diaries. Like I watched Twilight and all that crap. So I was like, I can do some vampire stuff. Like that sounds cool. Well, vampires like blood.
Oh
So
my.
I already know.
going with that, and she when I texted her and I was like, Ari, she's like, that's why I don't. That scene is why I don't recommend this book. She's like, oh, I was sitting there, and and I was not in the medical field in a previous life. I could never, I don't do well when it's my own kids, like obviously, but like I don't do good with blood and all
Same.
that
I'm
stuff.
the same.
And I can like obviously read about like, you know, like an attack and like, oh, he was bleeding from the arm. Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the couch and I'm reading and I'm like,
Oh.
oh, and my husband's the one who's like, you don't want to know.
You
He
don't
hates
want to
blood
know.
too.
I'm officially gonna add it to my TBR because we
But
do
it's
not
so
judge.
good.
We
Like
do not judge.
when she told me about it, I read the first 2 books and I didn't realize when I finished the second one that the 3rd one hadn't even come out yet. It just came out a few months ago and I was like, I had to wait like a month and a half and I'm like, this is like an eternity in book world, okay?
You're like, I
on
can't
Kindle
function.
Unlimited.
Oh, that's where I read it. And then I told my husband, I was like, hey, so I just read a book I really like. I'm gonna buy it because I need it tangible on my shelf. That's why I have it. So
You said so. Just to let you know.
It's literally
I'm glad you
here.
love
My
it.
next read. I'm so down for it.
I can't wait to hear what you think because you'll know what scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I will definitely DM you.
Yeah, we're gonna send you a DM
Undeniable.
once we get to that scene.
I just
It's
like
just gonna be emojis.
I don't want to give anything away, but there's like one particular part that like 'cause she has multiple love interests in this too.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know, I'm only going to tell you his name. So when you get to the part where you know what he's talking about, one of the guys, Xavier, says something when they're talking about that. And I was just like, really? I'm like, ooh. I'm like, it's hysterical, but I'm like, gross.
You're like,
wait.
You're like,
no.
I
Now
love
just,
this.
like, I would love to like spoil it and just say it, but now I like want you to read it, so I can't. I have to like.
Oh, it's not even that long of a book.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
perfect.
They're like, I think
364 pages. It's perfect.
yeah, and all 3 of them are similar sizes, so they're not.
Yes, I could totally do this.
It's not
Have
like
you
reading.
read How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly?
No, didn't that one? Isn't that new?
It's a 3. Yeah, there's 3. Well, I think there's 4 books. This is what it looks
Okay.
like. Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay. I suggest reading it. It's a fantasy and it's a dark fantasy.
I love it.
And there's a lot. I can't even pinpoint one particular
There's
scene.
so
but
much
in
to
each
unpack.
book, yeah, I read all 3
Tiff's
books and I
like,
haven't read
what
the
you
4th one
reveal-
yet. Yeah, in each book there's like one specific scene that I always think about for each one, and
Yeah.
it's just so it's
That's
like,
what I
ew,
love
it's like,
about
why
them.
do I like this?
When you can remember like a scene, like I still cackle and think about the scene between Olive and Mitch when they were setting up for the fundraiser and he sneaks in and they take a shower.
Yes. Hello.
Oh my God.
She was like, he's getting dressed and she's like, I feel bad that you have to put on like those dirty clothes after getting clean. He's like, oh, you think what we did in there was clean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, like
He is so funny. I love this man so much. He is like my book boyfriend. Like, I love him so much.
I have to send you pictures of who I like.
Oh, we'll get into. Oh, we have questions for
get
you.
into that.
No, yeah, we've got questions at the end. Okay, so since we're talking about like scenes, was there a scene that was emotionally difficult or hard to write? And then on the flip side, do you have a favorite scene that you wrote?
So I feel like you're already gonna know, Kim, what the hard scene was for like context, one of the girls that I used to work with, I've worked in childcare for like 20 years. So like
Mhm.
I worked at a daycare for years, and one of my friends, Steph, she read it, and she has 2 little ones, and she was like, "I just wanna sit down and read all the time, but I can't." She's, like, reading it in chunks. She
Mhm.
finally finished, and she was like, "Pop reminded me of my own grandpa so much." And
Oh
she was like,
my
"I just loved him." So, the scene where Olive finds out when she's,
Mhm.
towards the end of the book,
Yep.
this is the only spoiler, and I feel like I don't have to say anything, people already know what I'm talking about, but when she finds
Yes.
out that her pop passed away, and the way that she just fell to the floor,
Mhm.
it was really powerful for me, and I didn't wanna make it too deep and too much because, like, grief is different for everyone, and some people feel it at the drop of a hat, and some people it takes a lot to get to that deep level, and I didn't wanna make it any more sad than it already was, like, the facts were
Right.
there. He passed away, this was somebody that practically raised her, and she wasn't there when he died,
I
and
know.
brought those moments brought me back. So my mom's father was my grampy, and I was so close with him, supported me with like my art, like he paid for me to go to art camp every summer.
Mhm.
Kid, like such an amazing human being. And he got pancreatic cancer, which most people don't come back from,
Right.
through remission, and we were hopeful. And then when I was pregnant with my first daughter, it had come back. And, we were kind of like, his chances of making it to when she's born are gonna be pretty slim.
Mhm.
And when we were pregnant with her, we didn't wanna tell anyone her name because we were like, "We don't want people's opinions." Like, my oldest daughter, her name is Elliot, and that's people look at that as, like, more of a male's name.
Mhm.
So, we were in the hospital one time, and I wanted my grandfather to know what her name was gonna be because I knew he wasn't gonna be around for when she was born. So, her middle name is Hazel, which was his mother's name. In the
Aw.
hospital, I got to tell him that, and then he died 2 days before Christmas, and I had my daughter in March the following year,
Mhm.
and I was at work, and I was working in the daycare at the time, and it was almost time to leave, and I remember my mom, and every time my mom would call me, I was, like, always so frantic because he was in hospice at this point, and I'm like,
Right, right.
time my mom called, I thought it was the call, and sometimes she'd be like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I'm
Oh.
at work and my mom's calling me, and it was the one time where I just answered it like, "Hey, mom." Like, I
Yeah,
wasn't even,
like nothing.
and nothing came.
Oh.
And I was like, "Mom." And she just started to cry, and I said, "No." And I ran into the staff bathroom, and I was like, "Mom, please don't." And I just sunk to the floor, like 6 months pregnant.
Mhm.
And I just sat on the bathroom floor and cried as my mom told me, that he had passed,
Mhm.
that, and this and that. And it was just so that scene in particular, when I was writing it, I wasn't even thinking about that. But like in reflection, I look back and I'm like, it was tied into like how it was for me.
Yeah, because when she got the call, she was just gonna ignore it, and she was like, "I'll
Something
talk
was
to them
telling
later."
her.
And then she's like, "Wait, I'm literally getting goosebumps right now." And then she was like, "Unless," and then she answered, and I was like, "No," like, we went through this whole scare in the beginning. Like,
And I
it was
think,
so emotional, and I didn't see it coming.
yeah.
Like, when it happened, I was like,
Wait, what? Because that was what got her to come home. Because she had
"Yes.
been away for years, and that was
Yep.
the thing, that because she was afraid to go back home, and that's why she, like, when you hear her talking to herself, she was like, "I thought you were over this shit, like, why are you so selfish? Like, you should
Mhm.
have been there," and things like that, and really, like, you can't pinpoint when things like that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that tied in, when my mom's mom passed away about 2 months after my son was born, so she did get to meet him, which was a big thing, and I looked through, and I didn't have this with my grandfather, but I had looked through my old voicemails, and I had a voicemail from my and it was on Valentine's Day, and I have it saved, and I listen to it sometimes, like, when I miss her voice because
Mhm.
so crucial in, like, my oldest daughter's life. Like, my daughter still cries about her being gone, like,
Mm.
they were so close, and it was just like a little voicemail. She's like, "Oh, hi, Erica. It's Grammy. I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day." She's like, "I have a little something for you. So hopefully I'll see you. If not, I love you so much, and like hung up. And that was it. Like it was just such a simple little voicemail, and I saved that because that's the only one that I have left. You know,
Aw.
Yeah.
a PSA to everyone who watches. When people call you and you're like, oh my God, another voicemail from Auntie blah, 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 or Uncle so-and-so, just save one, you know, because you're never going to
Yes.
know if you're ever going to get to. So her laying in bed that night, falling asleep with grandfather's voice,
Yes.
I love you, Ollie, like, because he called her, you know, and it was just like, so my friend Steph, when she reached out, she was like, oh my God. She's like,
I
yeah, because she's like, he reminded me of my own pop. And she was like, it was so like, and that's what I want. I don't care if people are like, the book was mediocre, like not my vibe. I don't even care. Like everyone's opinion, you're never going to please everybody, and that's okay. But if you can read the book or any author's book and walk away with at least one scene that touched you,
yes.
that's all that I can only speak for myself, but I feel like that's what a lot of us, that's how musicians are. They want you to
Yeah.
be so connected to a song that you walk away like feeling it in your soul, you know?
Mhm.
It was so good. Oh,
So that was
so
a difficult
good.
scene when I think back on it. Like that one was hard. And in terms of one that I like really liked, I want to give away. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. If some people are the type, like, have you ever read like a book where you go and you read the last sentence before you finish the book just to
I try so hard not to do that.
done it. I have done it. I have done it where I'll look back and I'll be like, what's the last sentence? Let's just
You're
see.
like, let's see
Yeah.
how we get to this point.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my favorite scenes was in the epilogue, and they're in New York City because that was such a big thing for Mitch's dad to go to like a Yankee game and stuff. And she said something, and she looked at him. She goes, I can't believe you remembered. And he goes into like the detail of, he's like, I want to tell her that I remember how the freckles looked, like the way how she wore that dress and how she had her hair and the way that like the way her skin felt. Like, I want to tell her everything, but he just looks at her and he says, I remember everything.
He's like my book boyfriend. I am telling you.
Yeah, and it was such a monumental thing for him to, because it shows the evolution of how he started being someone who was like kind of a jerk and brooding and like, I'm not gonna show my emotions because I'm a man and we're not supposed to do that.
Oh my God. He was like, are you gonna tell me your age? And she's like, you never asked. I was like,
yeah. Smart ass.
I was like giggling. I was like, you tell him, Olive. You didn't ask.
It was like the little like conversations that they had that kind of pushed them farther and farther and stuff. And like the scene where like after he gets the stitches and he comes out of the hospital and she's still there.
Yes.
Stuff, and she's just like, why don't you just say thank you, you asshole? Like, I brought you food and everything.
Yes. It was just, I love their relationship. It's so like, and then also makes me think of like, because I'm Team Jess and Gilmore Girls. Obviously.
Oh, obviously.
The banter between the two, and he says something, and she's like, "Why do you have to be like that?" And he's like, "I'm not being like anything."
Yeah, and like that's why I like when you get characters like Mitch, because you get who he's trying to be in the beginning. He's trying to come off like this rough exterior, like I'm gonna push you away because I don't need distraction.
Yeah.
And then it's like at the end, like he's trying to prove to her the different things that he was able to work on in their time apart, you know?
Yes.
It's just, I don't want to give, I know you're going to know what I'm talking about, but Kim, the part after her grandfather's funeral where she finds him at the pond and the thing that he did for her. Yeah. I was like, maybe that's cheesy, but I don't even care. That's what this is.
No. And if you don't know, read her book and find out, because you will be giddy.
And at the end,
like you will love. Look, if you are team Conrad and if you are team Jess, you have to read the book. You're going to be team Mitch. Hello, it's just a fact.
But you know what's
funny?
The same.
So about the book that I'm writing right now, there are two interests. They're brothers.
Of course, we love it.
They're brothers.
I love it.
And
I love it even more.
Even better, I know.
Add 3 more, we'll make it 5.
I love to read.
She said make it 5.
The 2 MMCs are brothers, and one is like morally gray, and the other is golden retriever. So like,
I love it.
To me, like, not that Conrad's morally gray by any means, but like he is the quieter, like more subdued personality. And then there's Jeremiah, who's like in your face, you know?
He's like cacao beans.
Yeah.
Cacao.
I thought I couldn't take that stupid scene with the damn cake.
Oh, wait.
Use it.
Tiff, when she watched season 1 and Jeremiah kept dancing, she was like, "What is this?" And I was like,
I was
"You're not
so
even ready for
Oh,
this
I was like,
last
why is
episode."
he dancing like this? Why is he wearing that shirt? I know he's a lifeguard, but I've never seen a lifeguard wear a fishnet white
Oh
shirt.
my god, I know.
There's
What was
no need
that?
for that. I was like, this is ugly. Bring me back to Steven with his hairnet. I think that's
That
cute. He was
so, you know
adorable.
what's so funny about you saying that with the dancing thing? Because I was mindlessly scrolling TikTok earlier and a video came up and I showed it to my neighbor and even she cackled because it's funny.
Of course.
But it was somebody did like a compilation of videos. So in that one of the episodes where they have Belly's bridal shower and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
she's holding up the lingerie and Steven walks in and goes, "Oh," like screams. It's every cringe moment of the 3rd season
Jeremiah.
of Jeremiah. And after every single thing, like the very first clip was when he's telling Belly that he slept with he's like, "We had sex." And then it's Steven, "Ah!" And he's screaming
Yeah.
after every so then there was like multiple clips of Jeremiah dancing and then it's just Steven screaming. And it was
That's exactly
so
how I
great.
feel.
That's
I was
how I
like, "That's perfect."
reacted.
It's amazing because Tiff is watching the 2nd season and she's just questioning. She's like, "How do we get?" Because she's seen clips from the 3rd. Obviously, you can't run
Yeah.
away from it. It's
You can't
all
get
over
Yeah.
TikTok.
it's
And she's
everywhere.
like trying
Everywhere.
to not, she doesn't understand the context. So she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
But she's watching the 2nd season. She's like, "How do we end up where we are now?" I was like, "Oh, it is a journey.
A
You will
journey.
have to watch it."
I look back at the books too, because I read the books kind of early on into my reading. And
Same.
I'm like, I didn't even love them like that much. I think I just like I've become so invested because I'm not a big TV person, but I
Mhm.
truly do love the actors. Like I think Lola Tongue is great. Like Belly's a pain in the ass, but like
She does good.
she was
Yeah.
too. But I actually posted a TikTok the other day after episode
The
7.
last episode.
I'm like, we need to talk about this. And I posted a couple videos and then I posted one and I was like, also, why is no one talking about Taylor? Like,
Yes.
why is no one talking about this girl? I'm like, she is a ride or die. The shit she does for Belly. And I'm like, she annoyed me in the books. She annoyed me in the 1st season. But I'm like,
But Tiff was like, "Who is this
Yeah,
girl?"
she
She was
annoyed me in
like,
the
"No,
1st season. 2nd season rolled around, and I've only 2 episodes in, and I said, I love her. She's
She
just the
hasn't
kind
even
of
seen
friend we
Erica, she
need.
has not even seen the dancing between her and Steven, and that is, like, iconic.
oh
It
my
is
God, yes.
everything.
In the
I
2nd season, that's right. But I
Party
feel
in the
like
USA.
evolution of Taylor is such a big deal and no one is talking about it.
No,
Everyone
they
is
don't
so
give her
wrapped up
enough.
in like the love triangle. And I was like, can we all just give a little love to Taylor over here? 'Cause she's
Yes.
like the MVP, to be honest, at this
She is,
point.
like, helping her mom. She's
Yeah.
team Billy. She's even with she's, like, team for Jeremiah, even though she knows he is wrong for her. But
Jellyfish.
she's like, "Whatever Belly wants, that's what I'm here for."
Yeah.
Yes.
Team Jellyfish. It's cute, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Okay. While writing, did any of your characters or plot lines surprise you by like taking a life of their own, like going in a direction that you didn't even know it was gonna go into?
Yeah, I think kind of like reverting back to what I had said in the beginning, like originally it was like her and her dad, and she didn't know that like she had a mom who was out there and
Mhm.
wanted to like see her. But like I couldn't make that storyline make sense because or not necessarily that I couldn't make it make sense, but like I was like, do I really want to dive into a universe where like was it the mom left on her own accord? Was it that she was like into something and the dad kept her in the dark? Like
Right.
I was almost like it feels more humane to just kill both parents and have her
Yeah.
raise
Truly. And have her live with the grandparents. Yeah.
instead of it being like I wanted it to just be a clean tragedy. Like
Yes.
it was no one was at fault. There was nothing and like and I love that scene towards the end where she finally tells her gran that she knows about like
Mhm.
the adoption and stuff and it was her grandmother was able to explain to her your mom had a hard time with that trying to find the right time, like how old
Mhm.
you should be. Like some people who go through adoption, like they grow up knowing that they were adopted because their parents were transparent about it and it was just like a known fact. And then others do struggle with it. And
Mhm.
she always felt like a sense of being out of place. And it was like finding those letters was like, this is where that feeling is deriving from,
Right.
Yeah.
you know? And so it was I liked that it kinda went that route instead because it was like, what happened to her parents was a tragedy. There was nothing that anyone could do. It just was something that happened.
Yes.
And unfortunately, because she was only 13, like, they didn't get the opportunity to tell her yet. And
Right.
I think, I could have gone into more backstory, like, oh, like, maybe they were waiting until her 16th birthday to show her the letter, like, things like that, and just it's proof that life doesn't go the way that you want it to, that you're not always gonna pick a plan and be like, "Okay, this is what's gonna happen every step of the way." Like, things do change, and it's the same
Mhm.
thing for my writing process, which is why I don't do an outline, because I'm constantly changing things to what feels right in that moment and to kinda go through it naturally, and that really was the only, like, different way that the characters kinda moved, because I kinda always knew that Mitch was gonna be the way he was, Olive was gonna be the inexperienced, like, out of high school 19-year-old, and I knew that I wanted her grandparents to be the type of people that you wanna go and visit their bakery, you wanna go
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a conversation with them, you wanna be there at family dinner eating Elaine's garlic bread, like
Mhm.
Yeah.
that. So, I feel like all of the characters truly did evolve the way that I wanted them to. I think the only thing that I wish that I had maybe given a little bit more of was Gwen, because I feel like she deserved more
I
than
wanted so much more. I was like, "What is her story?" Like, in the
I feel
beginning, I
like
was like, "What?"
Kim loves a good
I love
a
a
not
good
good
only
side
a
character.
lot of people have
character.
asked too, like, they're like, "Oh, like, are you gonna make it, like, are you gonna do a spinoff?" And I did put a little Easter egg in the end there when his brother mentions, I think her name was Ivy, like, someone he works with at work. Like, put a little, like,
Mhm.
it's like, "Alright, maybe I can do a story off of his brother and kinda run with that," and, like, but I'm just like, I read something or I watched a video one time, HD Carlton, who writes the Cat and Mouse
Yes.
and stuff,
Yeah.
people will ask questions like, "Are we gonna get more of so and so?" She's like, "If they speak to me." And I never resonated with something so much
I love that.
Yeah.
like, these characters are here, they're not going anywhere, like, Mitch's brother is still there, like, I could do a story about his parents, I could do a
Yeah,
story
yeah, yeah.
about Pop, like, but nothing has spoken to me yet, and I'm not gonna force something that's not there.
I love that.
Yeah,
You're like,
Kim.
right n shut up, Tiff. She's like Erica's like, "I've got 2 brothers in my head that are like, we have a story."
Yeah.
Like, tell our
It's our
Not even
story.
time
kidding
right
you, and
now.
I got the idea for my 3rd book on an Instagram video. Someone I follow is, like, a photographer, content creator thing or whatever, and the video that was posted, I think I saved it somewhere. It was just it was you could tell it was, like, the mountains out in, like, the Pacific Northwest, like, it was like what you picture Twilight to be. It was
Yes.
hazy
Yeah.
and, like, misty and foggy, and it just felt creepy, and there was all these, like, trees, and I'm sitting there watching this video, and I was like, "Oh my god." I whole story unravel in my head. Literally pulled out my phone because I keep notes in my phone, and
Right.
so that, like, I people laugh because 'cause they're like, "Well, what's your writing process?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna show you right now." I'm like, "This is my writing process. I just have notes upon notes,
Just notes of yeah.
and
Yeah.
I put them in there, and I'll either bullet them or I'll make, like, multiple spaces so I know it's a
So you know.
thought." Like, different one of I the quote, "I remember everything butterfly" at the end of the book was I
Yes!
had, like, way in the before I even knew how the book was gonna end. I was like,
You're
"Yeah,
like, "I know I need to add this in
that's
here."
going somewhere."
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, I have a nickname for the FMC in this 3rd book, and that will tie into something at the end because she, like, doesn't know why he calls her that.
I love that kind of
And then you're gonna
trope.
find out towards the end of the book, so, like, it's like little Easter eggs kinda, like,
Yay!
hidden throughout,
I am
you
so
know?
I love
excited.
it.
Oh my god, okay.
So
I
the
know, I'm
reason why I
excited too, I
called
just need
Kim
to finish
out
the damn thing.
the reason why I call Kim out is because she is constantly like, "I love this side character and I need a story about them." And, there's one side character that I have that Kim was like, "I love this guy and I need everything about him." And I'm like, "I can't just write about this guy, he only had 1 line." And she's like,
Yeah, but I
"I
wanna
need to
know
know."
more.
And I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know what his story is. He's not here right now. Right now, I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Like, I have other characters."
Well,
And she's
that's
like,
why, like
"Yes, but I love him." And I'm
that's
like,
why
"Okay."
stories like Elsie Silver, I have her, what is it? The Chestnuts? I don't even know. Again, like,
Yeah.
it's flawless, heartless, powerless, like that series
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
where
wait. Yes.
I've only read the first 3 because, like, as much as, like, I love her stories and, like, a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, like, what is a letter?" I'm like, picture, like, Lucy Score, Elsie Silver kind of vibes. Like,
Yeah.
down, like, comfortable, like, things like that.
Mhm.
But, like, I can't read multiple books in the same universe by the same author. Like, it starts to feel dry, and I want to give it, like, the effort it deserves. So I don't wanna sit down and, like, read an entire series unless it's something like Forged in Blood and it ends, like, on a cliffhanger and you're like, "Well, now I have to know."
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, those
Mhm.
like, it's a series, but it's also, like, a standalone on its own. Like, you can just read about those people.
Yeah.
There'll be crossovers, but, I just
I get it. I get it. I just love side characters. I don't know
It
why.
really does.
And I honestly think it's like an it's great for authors who can write a character that's not even any like your main anything and for a reader to be like, what's the deal with this character? We love them. And I think it's awesome. I love side characters, but I understand
but I think
what you're
that's
saying.
something, like, what's so, like, amazing about, like, Gilmore Girls too, because the side characters in that show truthfully sometimes top the main characters. Like,
Yes.
you have Miss Patty, like, Babette is a trip. Like, that woman is a pip.
I love her. I want to know her story.
"Hey, can we get a spinoff of Babette?" Like, that scene where she was like, "Did I tell you I was in a cult once?" And
Yes.
you're like,
What is
"Wait,
her
wait, wait."
deal?
Like, what? You know? So, it's like little things like that where they give you, like, enough where they feel like they're probably, like, satisfying your, like, desire to know more.
Yeah.
And there's people like us and we're like, "But what was the cult? What was"
Yeah.
We need more. How did she end up here?
Yeah.
Yes, I love it all. Okay, so let's get into some personal reflection. What advice? I feel like you've given a lot of great like tidbit advices from the beginning of this podcast. But what is like the one advice you could give authors?
So I did a not a podcast like this. Like this is like a podcast. This is what I picture as a podcast. But I was fortunate enough to do a podcast like interview type thing. Her name is Stephanie. She is the owner of Bookhouse Hotel, and that's in Pennsylvania. They're beautiful if you're ever in that area. Like absolutely go there. Like the one that we stayed at, it's the Bookhouse at Fawnbrook. It's in I think Westchester, Pennsylvania, and she has like a it looks like a bookshelf with like a hand sticking out
Oh,
and it's a secret door and it's she has a photo booth back there, a freaking like disco ball, and like every bedroom has like a wall of books in it. Like this place is beautiful. When we get off here, go on Instagram and look up
yeah.
the Bookhouse Hotel at Fawnbrook or the original, and it's phenomenal.
Oh
And I
my
was
god, we have
fortunate
to go there?
enough to get to go there at this last January with my husband. We got to stay at the inn. We sat in like our pajamas on the bed and we just like talked books and stuff. And that was one of the questions that she asked me, like, what is some advice that you give authors? And I like when I saw that question again, I was like, I truly stand by this. It is so easy, especially in the world that we're exposed to doubt
Mhm.
yourself and to feel like, oh, well, what if it's not good? What if it's this? What if people don't like it? What if no one buys it? Like, yeah, who cares? I said to her, I said, just start. So for all the people, I have friends who are like, oh my God, I've always thought about writing a book. Like, I just like haven't. I was like, why?
Mhm.
What is the worst that's going to happen? The worst thing that's going to happen is you either don't finish it, you publish it and it doesn't go anywhere, but you at least did it. And you can have a sense of accomplishment for yourself. Like, just start. That is
Yeah.
my number one advice for people all the time is are you gonna at the end of your life, are you gonna look back and be like, man, I wish my book did better? Or are you gonna be like, I wish I wrote the fucking book?
I love
Yeah.
that.
Down and like it doesn't have to be my first book is a fucking pancake. Like it's like a novella, it's only 200 pages, there's not a lot of detail. I hired an editor and paid her $500 and she did a shit job. There are so many grammatical errors, there's so many mistakes, and I was so anxious to just get it out there,
Yeah.
go back through every little thing. So while Letters to Olive has like a couple of little I caught them few here and there. There's a couple of little grammatical errors or something, but I have never read a book where there isn't one. I see them all
Yeah.
the time. When you're writing content at a magnitude of like 80 to 100,000 words, like there's bound to be like a few mistakes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I always say, I'm like, You can either look back and regret that you didn't do it, or you can look back and be like, at least I did do it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's
I love that.
so important that people just, and that's not even just with writing. That's like in life in general. And I feel like if you
Yeah.
can take anything away from this interview, like it truly is so important that at the end of your life, or when your children or your grandchildren are asking you about your life, you don't want to look back and be like, I should have done X, Y, and Z. You can be like, I want to do this, and I did do it, and then maybe nothing came from it, but I started, I finished, and I did it.
That's how I feel about this podcast. Us doing this
Yeah.
podcast. When we first started off, people, and when I say people, I will call you guys out, our family and friends, they were like, okay, that's cute. Like, I was like, whatever. And I told my sister, look, if we have one listener, 0 listeners, I do not care. The bond that my sister and I have created in this time of doing this podcast has been the overall like best thing that's come out of it. But
Yeah.
also like this podcast has, it was a fear of ours to do, but we love it so much.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Like, it's just so much has changed for us. And we've got to meet amazing authors like yourself. We've got to read these amazing books that we would have never known about.
Yes.
Like, I would have never read this book. I would have never read this book if I hadn't put it out there. Like, we're looking for authors. And if you hadn't replied, like, this book
Yeah,
would have never,
because we're not,
nothing.
indie authors are not established and it takes time, but if you can reach one person,
Mm-hmm.
it's already, like what you just said, you're like, we can start this podcast and like maybe nobody will listen. But even if you reach like 1 or 2 people, or like because you're doing it for indie authors like me, like you're not only helping boost your podcast, you're helping boost them, and you're helping other people who might be afraid to take that step and be like,
Yes.
no, you know what? They did it too. I can do this,
Yes.
And it is
Yeah.
really just, you just start and you see where it goes. That's really all, and that's life, truly.
It is.
I have "C'est la vie" tattooed on my foot actually, which means that's life. So,
I'm gonna
Such great
cry.
advice. I love
I'm
it.
I'm
bewitched growing up,
emotional.
so that's where that little tidbit comes from.
Love it.
So,
Oh, okay. So, what has been the most touching or memorable piece of feedback that you've received from a reader so far?
definitely the one I said, my friend Steph,
Mhm.
saying that she related to the grandfather because it made her think of her own. I mean, Kim, just what you said in the beginning, you're like, "This is like a 6-star for me." I'm like,
It
"Stop."
is.
No, you would not believe how many authors feel like their work is trash. Like,
No.
Carlton said it. She's like, "Yeah, most of us feel like our work is shit, and then we put it out there and people are liking it, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, they like it. Great." I do the same thing. Like, sometimes I'm, like, rereading, and I'm like, "Does that sound stupid?" And, like, one thing I've really come to, like, evolve and, like, get better at is, like, when I'm describing a scene, I'm like, "Okay, what does the scene look like? Who's there? What do they smell like? What sounds do we hear? What is the weather like? Like, what are
Mhm.
I want all the senses involved so that you're painting a better picture." So that's something I've worked on. But what was the question again?
Just any memorable piece of feedback,
Memorable, yeah.
yes,
Thank
that
you.
you've
Yeah. I
received.
mean, truly, like, just it's not even necessarily like feedback, like those feedback things. Like, I mean, my parents, I can't even tell you, like, when I had my kids, my parents have always had like their picture as like their background. Like when I just
Yeah.
Juliet, and then I had my daughter Haven, and then when we had Macklin, I was like, okay, and then now there's 3 of them, and they always have pictures. And my dad's like, yeah, no, show my grandbabies, like, yeah, he's so proud. And it's not even about the book in itself, but like my parents are just so supportive and so proud, as well as my husband. Like my husband, I kid you not, is an old fashioned like milkman. Like he delivers glass bottles. Like he
I
works for
love
a
that.
dairy.
Oh, I love it.
I'm not even kidding. I'm like, someone's like, you gotta write a story about that. I'm like, maybe I will. And he's,
She's like, that's my own life.
yeah,
Yeah.
like some of his customers have bought my book. Like that, it's the support from things that you don't expect. And like my parents and all of my family, my sister, like so many people in my life being so supportive has helped a lot, but it's like the little things. Like, I don't have a huge following because I'm not tech savvy and I don't like people post like 12 times a day and I'm like, I don't freaking have time for that shit. Like, I want people to find it organically, not because I'm like shoving it down their throats.
Right.
But I'll get tagged in things sometimes. Like, I got tagged along with a bookstore who carries my book. And a girl it was just some random, it wasn't like it came in a subscription box, which I have done. It wasn't, it was like she walked into that bookstore, saw my book, and was like, I want to read that, and like bought it. And that to me is like the coolest thing. Like, I do have my book in like dozens of stores, like not dozens, but like, I mean, a healthy amount. There was one of the first bookstores was Heartbound Bookshop out in California, and she was like, "I want signed copies," and I was like, "You what now? You want me
Oh
to
my
sign it?
God.
That okay, that's amazing." And I like couldn't sleep that night. I was like so caught off guard. And so I have it in multiple like places like Texas, Florida, and other things like that. And it's like for all of the bookstores, it's like, I'm sure at this point they know because them like a lot of bookstores do carry indie authors, and for that we are eternally grateful. But like, it doesn't even have to be words of encouragement about the book itself. It's just that you're taking a shot on someone who is still figuring things out, who's still new to the industry. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. Like, I had to learn
Yeah.
everything. We're not going through a publisher where we go, okay, here's my book. Now put it
Do
out.
it. Yeah.
I had to learn everything, and I had to do it by myself. The only thing I will say, and I'm gonna hold it up because she's amazing, and I still thank her daily, but Taylor Torres wrote this book, The Two of Us. I freaking loved it. I loved this book, and I mean, like, I sometimes, like, torture myself and look at, like, people's reviews. I don't even look at my own anymore because I just don't wanna know. I'm like, I'm enjoying myself for what it is. Like, I don't need to negative
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah.
And I loved her book so much, and I had reached out to her because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know where to begin with publishing, and she's another indie author herself, and she was so informative. She sent me links to different websites to kinda help, like, with the metadata list, with, like, KDP and Ingram Spark and how to get an ISBN and, like, all these different things where I was like, "What language are you talking in?"
She's like,
You
what
know?
code is this?
And she was so helpful. So, like, it feels full circle to have people reach out to me now and ask, so, like, your question being, like, what has been such a good and it, like, yes, I have gotten good feedback for the book itself. Like, I so appreciate people relating to the characters, but I think, again, it ties into, like, who we are as human beings, and it's, like, people just wanna help, without there being, like, something in return.
Yes.
That to me has been so beneficial. Bookstores stocking my book. Every time I get an email back saying, "We'd love to stock it," I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." Like, I
Yeah.
want to send them flowers and, like, like, arrangements. Like, "Thank you guys so much for believing in me." Like, it feels like I'm a pageant queen over here trying to, like, so it doesn't have to be a dead comment about the story itself, which I love. It really is just like the universe itself.
The
Like,
community. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
it truly is. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. So
It's true.
I recommend her book. She's a very sweet soul. So
Who is that author?
Taylor Torres, and the book is, I don't know if she's done anything else. I haven't been on her page.
That cover alone has me sold.
Oh,
I
it's so
know.
beautiful. And like the hummingbirds on the front cover have meaning, and like there's a reason for that and stuff. And
That's
she does
cute.
do like past and present and stuff, which
I love that.
yeah, I did that in my first book. I'm like such a sucker for it.
Here it is, the
I'm
two
a
of
fan.
us.
It was like you
Said,
can
here
go,
it is.
you're gonna go and read, what was the one that, Forged in Blood.
Yeah.
You're gonna need something like the two of us after.
Afterwards?
Although,
God, okay.
I am gonna tell you, like, forewarning, there are like some emotional little things in this book. Like, something happens to someone in the book, and it towards the end when they talk about like when it all comes full circle and this and that, and it's like at the end I was like, God, that's beautiful. I cried. I'm like, ooh.
Kindle Unlimited.
You're like, oh God, the tears.
It's been added. It's sitting there right next to.
I have to like send you an email of all the things I recommend. Like, okay, Kim, you gotta try this one.
Yeah, we need like a whole list.
It's sitting right there. It's on my Kindle Unlimited. It's like Forged in Blood, the two of us, and Letter Solid. It's like boom, boom, boom.
They're all right there.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
I'm like, ooh. I love this. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we gotta I know you've mentioned it. So like what is next for you? What can you tell us about this other book you have coming that Tiff and I are already obsessed about and we know nothing of it?
So I can show you. I do have the cover, which is exciting. I do love
My
that.
God.
So I don't know how much of a glare.
I gotta make my thing bigger.
Uh,
Wait, isn't this on your
It's on
Instagram?
my page.
Oh
It
my
is on my
God.
Instagram. And then I did recently post like what the tropes like are gonna be. So like it's a dark romance, multiple love interests, taboo topics, morally gray MMC, revenge, dark romance, graphic violence.
I did
So
see it. Stoker.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was I remember saying the name to someone one time, and that's like such a vulnerable thing whenever when someone's like, "What's the name of your book?" And I'm like, "It's Letters to Olive." Like, is that you know? And I get all like weird about it and stuff. So like when people are like, "What's your third book called?" I'm like, "It's called Stoker."
They're
But
like, what?
so so they're the two MMCs are brothers.
Mhm.
Their last name is Stoker.
Yes. I'm
But
here for
the
it.
I'm a
main
fan of that
like
Me
the
cover.
too.
morally gray MMC, like the real main, like the other brother is in it, but he's not like it's he's a main
He's
character,
just
but
there. Yeah.
you can
Yikes.
tell it's going more towards like the other guy.
Mhm.
And everyone calls him Stoker.
Ah!
Like the
I'm
brothers
already obsessed.
the brothers are Abram and Alex, and Abram is the one who no one calls him by his first name except her.
Oh,
And
I'm a
when
fan of
there's
that.
a scene where she tries calling him Stoker and he grabs her and he goes, "Nobody calls me." He goes, I'm Stoker to everybody else but you. Like he's like definitely like the
I'd be
trustworthy
like, okay.
guy. He's also like there's like little like I just like want to like give like so many like little like because maybe to make people want to read it, but like there's a scene where like he gives off stalker vibes too. Like he's a vigilante, like he's
And we
killing
love it. We love a
Yeah.
stalker.
stalker vibes. Like he kind of stalks her in the woods. Like he pops up sometimes, and she's like, "What is? Are you a fucking maniac?" And he pops up like in her window one night, right after she finishes taking care of herself.
Ooh.
Watches her get off the bed to go wash her hands, presumably, and
Uh-huh.
he standing in the window with his cigarette. And he goes, "It'd be a shame to waste all that." And she comes back over, and he literally like licks her fingers clean. I'm not even.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I
Oh my
just
God.
like sometimes I think about these things. I was like, oh my God, is there something wrong with me? Like,
My heart is literally pounding so fast.
My favorite thing ever is when I read a book and something like that happens or I've never read it and I go, do I like
ooh.
that?
Yeah, you're like, I realized through reading, I was like, do I have a praise kink? Like, is that something?
I'm
Ooh.
literally, have you guys, I know you've seen it. It's the image of Jake Gyllenhaal and he's looking in the mirror and it says horror written on the mirror. Have you seen that picture? That's how I feel when I'm
You're like,
reading
that's
like
me.
Yeah,
with
I
scenes
know.
like
Like,
that. And I'm like,
I like cringe sometimes when I read certain things, and then like the praise thing comes up, and he's like, good girl. And I was like, oh my God, if my husband was
You're
like,
like,
I'd be like, okay.
you're like, shut up.
no lie, when this book comes out, we are going to have you on because I already know I will need to speak to you about the book.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
gonna have to
I'm an
talk
open
about it.
book. Like, I don't want to give away too. Obviously, I wouldn't give away like any of like the plot twist type things, but
Yeah.
like their first like encounter together is he comes to her rescue for something. She works in a bar, and
Uh-huh.
like kind of rowdy guys like were kind of like harassing her all night, and they stayed back. So when she's leaving, they like and she doesn't know who else to reach out to. And at this point, like her and Stoker don't have like any type of just like a weird like stalkerish like flirting vibe going.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know who else to text. And he just writes back, on my way. And he comes up on his motorcycle. He like beats the shit out of these guys. And then he's like, come on, her car. I think it was like her car wouldn't start. I'm trying to like even remember the only details. So he's like, ever ridden a motorcycle? And she was like, no. And he makes her drive the motorcycle. He puts her in front of him.
He's
And
like, let's see how you ride, baby.
literally, she's never been on a motorcycle, and he's
Oh
like,
my
"You'll be
God.
fine." And he's like, "Just hold the clutch. Here's the throttle. Here's this." He gives her like a quick rundown, and as they live out in like Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the picture forks
Yeah.
and like Twilight, like it's always misty and foggy and
I
things
love
like that.
it.
She's trying to like learn how to ride a motorcycle and drive down the road, and he is. Oh yeah,
Yes, he
Oh,
And
is.
best part, to revert back to what we were talking about with music, because I obviously
What is the song? What is the
what's the
song?
there is
song?
a song, and I don't even know, like, it's not easy to find because I found another song by them through, like, a TikTok video, but the song itself is called If We Being Real, the slowed and reverb single by Dark
Oh,
Academia and Brown Eyed Girl. I'll send you, like, a screenshot of it or
yeah, send it
Please.
so that way I could listen.
it's really hard to find,
I'm
and,
like,
like
you don't know, but I know what happens during the song.
but it's super weird, like, the beginning is, like, kind of a weird feel, like, but then, like, once the beat comes in, like, it just fits so perfectly, like, with them being on the motorcycle and, like,
Yeah.
the things that he was doing, because
Oh
when
my
they get on the bike, he
god.
sticks an ear pod into her ear, and he's like, "Just relax," and so she's listening to the song as he's doing that.
We're her.
Yeah. Me, we're her, I'm here for it.
This is yeah, we're her and that's it.
The amount of times I
That's
see people
all.
post things, are like, "We need more, like, motorcycle scenes." I'm like, "I got you. I got
You're
it.
like, I
Something
hear
for
you. I
I
here."
got her
love
for
a good motorcycle
No,
scene.
you
And Book
are
Talk is obsessed with the motorcycle scene
Yes!
because
Oh, I love it.
We are having you
so do
on. When is
I.
this book planning on coming out?
Just, like,
Ideas?
scold me and tell me that I need to, like, sit my ass down and finish, because 'cause I've just, like, I hit a rut around, like, 50K, and I kinda,
Mhm.
like, stop. I mean, the summer is busy, I got my 3 kids, but they all
Of
go back
course.
next week, and probably, like, a month ago, I was like, "I'm just gonna, like, I just need to sit down, like, I don't wanna force it, but, like, let me." In a week, I busted out, like, 30,000, and I was like, "So now I'm at, like, 80, and I'm hoping to get somewhere between, like, 100 and 120."
Mhm.
Which is always, like, page-wise, that'll be, like, a good 450-page book, but, like, I need to make the story, like, what it is,
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about, like, "Oh, I want it to be 120,000 words." Like, I need it to, like, I wanna finish the story the way I intend it. 'Cause
Right.
Yeah.
Letters to Olive was 111,000, and it was literally, like, a few pages shy of 400. So I know, like, I like stories that are in that general size range. If you're not
Yes.
doing, like, a series, like, if you're doing like, a three-part series and, like, each book is, like, 300 pages, then, like, I get it,
You're
Yeah.
right.
'cause you're breaking it up, but, like, this is a standalone, and I don't want it to be 300 because I feel like that's 300 pages is not gonna
It's missing.
it's too much that is I'm trying to tell.
Yeah.
Like, where the FMC is coming from, there is too much to her and her story for it to be something where she jumps in with these guys. Like, it
Oh.
happens that way because of what she's coming from.
Right.
So, like, it really, like, her voice had to be heard longer before we could dive into, like, any type of relationship, and that's kind of
And
because she's
I'm
got a
here
lot of
for it.
trauma to unbag, you know?
I'm here
Okay,
for
so
it.
you're gonna have to sit down once all your kids are in school and start writing the the rest of the
Yeah.
book so that way we can have you
Absolutely.
back on to talk about it
We're
because
all yeah,
I'm
what
just continuously I have the Instagram post on my screen and I just keep looking at it and I'm like, the more I read Stoker, the more I want to
I
know
wanna know what
about
the
Stoker.
plan is.
Like I just need to
I
know.
literally please, yes, please finish this book so you can come on our podcast
Thank
because
you.
when it's ready, we wanna read it. We wanna talk about
It's
it.
so sad how I'm just, like, being so slow about it. I don't even think, yeah, when you look at the back cover, you can't, it's, like, blurry, so
You're like, "You I don't even know what the
yeah,
blurb
I can't
just"
even, like, the blurb isn't ready to be posted yet, so
We will keep our eyes out because
you'll
this
be the
is
first
like
to know.
okay, talk about totally different from Letters to Olive.
I'm telling you, that's why I said early on in the interview, I said, I'm like, I did a picture where I had, like, 2
Yeah.
shoes with, like, 2 different stacks of books on, like, based on, like, and I'm like, I'm really, like, on 2. I'm either, like, light and fluffy, Lucy Score, like, happily ever
Mhm.
afters to, like, the dark shit, like, I just read The Ritual, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Oh, I wanna read that.
It was
I
but then
haven't read it.
I gotta be honest, and if you do read it, I do wanna hear your thoughts on it because I have heard, like, it's dark romance, like, there's a lot of I was saying to my friend the other day, and I was like, "So either it's not that bad or there's something wrong with me," because I was not that bothered by it.
I will tell you, I
I
read it, the Lord series,
Yeah.
and it It didn't bother me.
It didn't bother me at all. It gets dark.
It could have gone a little harder, but that's just, I mean.
It's definitely dark, and it definitely has some things that people would probably be uncomfortable with, but I was like,
we're so, like, numb to it. It's like,
yeah, we're so unfazed by it.
I was afraid to read Haunting Adeline for that reason because I heard, like, all the different things in it and stuff, and then I read it, and I was like,
With the pew pew?
Yeah.
Yes!
No, yeah.
And I was like, my
Haunting
face did
Adeline
not
was hard.
change. When I read that, my face did not change. I said,
Yeah. And then my friend, is there more?
Yeah, I told my friend
look
about it,
at
and
trigger
she's like,
warnings.
yeah, I told my friend about it. She's like, you didn't care? And I said, honestly,
No.
I do it.
Completely unfazed.
Like, we're done.
Adding it to
She's
my
like, "We're
bucket list
done."
of things to accomplish before I die.
I was like, this is actually amazing. Like, what are we
Have
talking
you
about?
guys read God of Malice?
Yes, I
Rena
love
Kent?
those
Okay,
books by
so
Rena Kent.
I love
is-
them. Amazing.
amazing.
I keep telling Kim to read it. They're so good. So God of Malice is my favorite one. And there's
Really?
the scene, the beginning scene, the
Yeah,
cliff scene.
I know the cliff scene was
Yeah.
wild.
It's right, but I was like,
You're like, do I hate this?
I said, let me go to a cliff real quick and see what's up. Maybe someone will be there.
I love that. What was it? Was it God of Wrath? Was Jeremy?
Yes.
I loved Jeremy.
I love Jeremy. Actually, yeah, I love Jeremy too. But there's
Jeremy
something about
and Cecily.
Killian that's just like,
You gotta read the Legacy of God series. Like, they were just...
I need to read.
Kim, you have to read it. It's so good.
Let me add it to
Please.
the other 2 books I just added to my TBR.
There's 6 of them, so you can do... I've read 5.
Oh my
I
God.
only haven't read 1. I think it was Nico and the... Yeah. I think that's the only one I haven't...
Maybe
Yeah.
read it.
I read that one. That
We're
one's good
coming
too.
up on our-
I would suggest reading
Yeah,
it.
We're coming up on our, like, a
It's still in my
break.
Kindle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're coming up on, like, our season 2 break, so maybe during that time, I'll read.
Binge
These
You
books.
have to read it because Kim,
you'll eat
it's
them up.
altered something in my brain.
Oh, I love that for me.
I think about it
Actually, just last
constantly.
week I finished Beautiful Venom.
I just got that.
I wish I had a book too.
You're
To
like, Get the
I just
straight
got-
edges.
I got this one.
How cool! I love these.
I want to
figures.
read
God,
it
your guys'
so
books are so
bad.
cute.
I'm so ready. Kim,
I love special editions. Oh, when I was talking
so do
about
I.
the Christina Lauren one, like, how beautiful is this?
Oh my
this
God,
is the
that's
special
gorgeous.
edition,
That's giving me Taylor Swift vibes.
and like the inside.
Lover.
One of the things that and like, look at the sprayed edges. It was beautiful. And then the
That's
actual hard
pretty.
copy has favorite word, and it says you, because when they were teenagers, they used to every day be like, what's your word of, like, favorite word of the day? And that's what all of these are. Were all of the different words.
Detail.
When they were older, she was like, favorite word, and I think it was him. He was like, you. So that's why engraved on the front
God.
cover of the inside
is
book,
so
it's like favorite word,
cute.
you. And I was
I
like,
want to buy that book.
I hate it.
I
It's
wanna
so
go buy
cute.
it.
my husband bought me this for my birthday. We went to because I'm in New England, so we went to the Boston Calling, and which is like an hour from us. And there's a bookstore in Boston called Love Struck Books, and it's so cute. And their like romance section, the bookshelves are pink, so I'm already like,
You're
So-
like obsessed.
they stocked my book. And so I told my husband, I was like, can we just make a little detour? Like, there's a video of it on my page. Like, if you go to it, you can see me. And that's the first time I've ever walked into a physical bookstore and seen my book on the shelf. Like, I've seen pictures like that I
Aw.
get tagged in on Instagram. But like, we walked in and I was like looking around, and they only had 1 copy left. So I'm like, either they didn't order a lot or they sold. I don't know. I didn't care. I just was like, there's one in here. And then I like went up and I was like, is it okay if I sign this? And she was like, yes, we love that. And she put a sticker on it saying like local author
Signed.
signed. But
Aw.
that was like such an unreal feeling. Like walking into a bookstore and being like, that's my book on the shelf. Like, that's so cool, you know?
Oh, that's the goal.
Yes,
I love that.
I love it.
it truly is. So that's what my birthday gift when we were there. He was like, pick out a book. And I was like, trying to pick out
Yes.
something I never read, but he's like, you want that, just get it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You're like, okay.
You're like, hey,
Goes
it's
up
all
on the
right.
shelf.
It's so
It's so-
cute.
It's beautiful. They did a great job with that.
Okay, so I have to ask before we get into our rapid fire this or that segment.
Ooh, I love that.
Okay, so we have to know if this book was turned into a TV show or movie, who would you cast as Mitch and who would you cast as Olive?
And why is it Henry Cavill?
Shut up, Tiff. It's not. He's too old.
Dan is pure perfection.
That's what I'm saying.
Tiff was like,
Thank
who
you very
should I
much.
put as every episode she has a man on the background.
And it seems to always be Henry Cavill.
I was like, who should I put? I was like, I don't know, Clark Kent. And she's like, Henry Cavill. I was like, okay.
Immediately Henry Cavill. She goes, no,
like,
you should do
Smallville.
David Cornsweet. I said, no, it has
man.
to be Henry Cavill. I love him.
So this is kind of, so I'll be dead honest. I can't picture like an actor. So okay, I'm like, flustered. This was kind of how I pictured Mitch.
Hello.
Oh.
Like,
hi.
You know,
hello.
Toss up between these pictures.
He looks like the guy that was in
Say it, Jeff.
It Ends With Us.
Oh,
Atlas. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Brandon Skelnar. What a beautiful man. Yes.
Gorgeous.
So originally I had kind of pictured Olive as someone like that.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
However, I was thinking about it, and because I loved her so much in the movie Purple Hearts, if Sophia Carson had a little bit of lighter hair, because her hair is black.
Yeah, they're like light it up.
Like her look, I felt like was like perfect for it. Like she doesn't need a lot of makeup. She's just naturally beautiful. I think the only thing that threw me off was like her hair color is just too dark.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in terms of like guys for Mitch, like I can't even picture, because I feel like actors, like they're so, like, not a mean way, like there's so many actors that are so good looking, but they're too old for this type of role.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wouldn't
it's so true.
I feel like there's so many actors that I'm like unaware of, you know?
She's like, give me someone who the people know is it's like a low-key actor, but we'll do
like
the job.
for it.
Looks and the vibes for Mitch. Yeah. And I mean, it's so funny. I love that question so much because I can show you.
She's
like Stoker?
My Stoker?
Is it Stoker?
Yes.
Is it
Henry Cavill?
Oh, stop.
There's a guy that I found on Instagram, and I was like, because Stoker is covered in tattoos. Like,
I'm literally putting on my Instagram.
And this was how I pictured. I'm going to try to find the actual picture of him that I'm thinking of, because he did a picture where he was like in the water and like all of his. Well, this is good enough. I mean, Jesus Christmas.
Who's that? What's the Instagram?
That's Stoker.
Let me look it up right now.
That's
Stoker.
His name is Fabian. So type in FAB and then it's TIE.
Found it.
Okay. I found it.
It's like, it starts to like, wait. Look, scroll down. No, you're not going to be able to do it. Just watch this. This, like.
Him at the beach?
With his motorcycle? Like, are you kidding?
Hello.
I need to like reach out to this man and be like, hey, so like I kind of wrote a book based off of you. Like I need you to pose for me a few times.
Literally, I think about that all the time because I was like, I wrote a book about a guy on a motorcycle and I was like, I want to do like a promo for it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ask these random motorcycles.
Right?
But I don't know anyone that has a motorcycle.
Oh my God.
So
the first video that he has pinned, it's like on my way to our wedding. And he's like in his suit.
Yeah.
On his little motorcycle.
He knows what he's doing.
There was a cute video that he did on the motorcycle where he was like with some, I think it was.
Is that him in Vegas?
Yes. He was here. Why did we not see him?
Who?
He was
in Vegas.
His third video. It looks like he's here in Vegas. And his sister and I are like, what? We're here too.
So that's literally how I picture the MMC is him. Pretty much.
And that's perfect for us.
It like blows my mind that people look like this for real.
Literally. Like, who are you?
Like,
who
what
are
your
you?
like, you get?
Yeah, like there's no way people like this. Like
Look
that
like
guy, like Henry Cavill. There's no way you guys are real. You guys are all AI
Honestly,
generated, I promise you.
I don't even know what his name is, but he was a football player. I think he was on Notre Dame because my husband's a Notre Dame fan. Was it Notre Dame? I can't even think of his name. but he's a football player. And I was just like, he's literally like every woman's book boyfriend come to life. Kim over here, she's still looking at, are you still looking through his page?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know we were still talking.
I'm also still looking.
Been like warped up into that, yeah.
Oh my.
So he's perfect for what you will. He's perfect.
When I read this book, that is who I will envision.
All right, Stoker. I'm gonna start tagging him when I do the review. When I do the review on the book, I'm gonna tag him.
Yeah,
like this is
should
you.
be like,
I don't
hey,
know if
so
you knew
she
this,
wrote this
but...
book with you in mind. Yeah. I like don't even know what the the female main character looks like because I'm like don't even care. I'm like
it's not.
You're like who cares? It's a YN story. It's fine. It's an X-reader. It's an X-reader story.
Put your name in it.
Yeah. It can be anybody.
Oh my god. Okay.
I love those books.
I'm obsessed. Okay. I'm flustered. I had to look it up in our page picture. I'm like, it's research. Okay. Let's get into a rapid fire this or that. So this is a segment that we love to do with authors. This or that, just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh gosh.
I will go first. Small town bakery or big city cafe?
Small town bakery.
Perfect.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Broody neighbor or boy next door sweetheart?
Oh, broody neighbor all the way.
Yeah. Boy next door is like, not now, honey. You go play with your toys.
I'm sorry, not now, but can we talk to your brother, the broody?
Yeah.
The older one who always looks angry.
Yeah, can I talk to your older brother?
You get on your scooter while I go talk to your brother.
I don't even like smoking and all of a sudden cigarettes are hot. Like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, wow, it's crazy how my life just changes.
Secondhand smoke, it's fine.
It's a risk I'm willing to take. Fine.
She's like, I can change him. I can make him stop. It's fine.
We can always change. Yeah.
I can change him.
Enemies to lovers or friends to lovers?
Enemies.
Yes.
Enemies to lovers. I do love a good friends to lovers, though. I feel like that builds a really good foundation. Yes. But those are the sweeter ones, if you ask me.
She's like, that's where it comes. Here's like my nice fluff side, and then you got my dark side.
Yeah. We love them enemies that try to kill each other and then end up doing other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kill something. They kill something up.
They kill something.
Their fuel for their hate for each other fuels the other side, and that's why it's so great.
Which is what we're here for.
Exactly.
Okay, cozy nights in or spontaneous adventure?
Cozy nights in.
Always.
Yep.
I hate you banters or slow, quiet yearning.
Ooh. I like both. Because I feel like, I mean, I'm naturally going to go towards like the I hate you banter because that always leads to fun stuff later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like the slower because I feel like that, like with Mitch, it shows a vulnerable side and like, I like that side of it. But the I hate you banter is hysterical. So
like those are always fun.
Those are fun.
That's always fun. Are you a fan of Mr. Darcy? Because every time I hear the word yearning, I only see his hand
That's all you
in my
think
head.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Yes,
that's
darling.
it.
No, yearning is literally Conrad. He yearns so hard, especially this season.
Listen, Mr. Darcy walked so that way Conrad could run.
Fact.
Okay, I'm just
110%. I could not agree more. Absolutely.
Literally. Okay, the last one is first kiss under the stars or in the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah.
Always. Oh,
she's wait.
Because you know what?
This book.
To be honest, it is so unbelievably cringy when men I have kissed before my husband. He's a great kisser. Or I have kissed men who they're just like, and it's not even that thing is bad, but it's like when there's the rain kind of mutes that out a little bit.
Yeah.
You even know, And
I never know.
I've always said the same thing about a specific thing being done in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
It's just easier to just get washed away. It's great. So the rain though, I mean, you can't pick anything more romantic than that.
I know.
Yeah.
The stars is great, but it's a little played out. Like
you're like, come on. The stars are always here.
Yeah, we'll get risk of being struck by lightning and it makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be kissed in the rain, and then immediately after that, we're going to reenact Step Up. In the rain. That's that is like top tier.
But tell me why my old school heart though went to the Dirty Dancing lift instead.
Oh yes,
like on a football field in the rain.
Do a whole
choreography. Yeah.
I need Icebox by Omarion to be playing as I like slap the water and like they're next to me, and that's like top. That's how you know, that's like top tier.
I can't.
I love it.
Listen,
This is like my kind of
A girl
company.
likes what a girl likes.
No, I feel
Honestly.
good company here.
Love it. I'm a fan of this.
Oh my God. Well, that's a great way to end the
That's a
podcast.
great way to end. Yeah.
We're all
So
gonna
that is-
leave and work on our choreograph and like
I'm like
Yeah.
looking at my calendar, like my weather app. When's it gonna rain next?
we're gonna meet back here next week to discuss, get
Yeah.
the details down.
Exactly. I'll take a video and show you guys the steps so
Oh,
that way we can come
gosh.
together.
You don't want to see me doing
It's
that.
gonna rain tonight, okay? I'll be ready. I will go out there.
Tiff, you're gonna come to my house tonight, so I'll actually record for
Okay,
you.
yeah, you'll record for me. It'll be
Perfect.
great. We'll send it to you. It'll be a whole thing.
Awesome.
You don't want to see.
We'll
my
send it to
dancing,
Fabi.
so.
What is his name? Fabi Stoker. We'll send it to Stoker too, just to have it. He's
Oh.
gonna be like, "Why is this girl dancing in the rain? Why
We
does she
have
keep
to have
calling
the
me
green
Stoker?"
screen with like images of him behind you at the same time.
Oh yes, yeah. There's really bad edits of like his like picture like moving
Just
by.
him like dancing in the
Yeah,
back.
Him driving
Dylan.
on the motorcycle, like Tiff, like
passing by.
Oh, but see, because there's videos that he's posted of him on his motorcycle, you can picture that scene I told you now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
was
thought.
saying when you guys called me out. You were like, "Are you still looking?"
You're like,
goes-
oh yeah, I forgot we were talking. My
Sorry.
bad.
I forgot we were still recording.
Whoops. It's okay.
So
We're
good.
authentic.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're all
Oh my
here.
god,
It's fine.
it's cool. Everyone, it's fine. So that wraps up our episode. But before we go, where can our listeners find you on social media?
So I'm mainly just on Instagram, but again, like I don't do as much as I should. I do have a TikTok account though, but it's a mashup of like my reading versus like mom life too. So like it's a little bit of everything, and I truthfully couldn't even tell you my TikTok handle because I that's what's confusing. So my Instagram is at author_EL Wall, which is obvious, but I should probably change my TikTok one because it's E_Wood 26, which is my maiden name. I went from wood to wall, so not much of a change.
Got it.
But I do have the videos on there where I was talking about like the Summer I Turned Pretty episodes. Like I have videos on there of like just like being a mom and shit like that, and like
Yeah.
so. I'm not
following. I love
I'm
it.
not on
Because I
Twitter.
couldn't know your Summer I Turned Pretty. Like,
Oh yeah. Literally, I was like, what did I say? I think it was like the summer I turned pretty, or more like the summer I got really angry at fictional characters and was yelling at the TV. Because how I felt about Belly in the last episode. Yeah. But yeah, I'm
okay.
on there. I don't really add anything anywhere else. I'm on Goodreads, but I mean, who isn't? So that's
She's like, anywhere that you think
you can
that
find
you
books.
go on.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm on Amazon a lot too.
Huge thank you to our guest Erica for taking the time, coming on the podcast, going on a tangent with us. I feel like we went all over the place, but it worked with the podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about your book, what you have coming up. We loved having you on, and we honestly can't wait to have you on for when your next book comes out. I am telling you now.
Stoker.
That's what the episode title is going to be on the next one she's on. It's just going to be like Stoker.
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 I said
Listen,
Stoker.
No way. I added an R in there.
I wasn't even gonna call you out on it because I was like, we were just looking at that man, so like,
you know what?
got Stroker on the brain.
I said Stoker with confidence that I'm
I
Don't
said it
worry,
with confidence too. I
it's not
added an R in there, and I think that just kind of goes to show my head where my brain
where your brain's
lives.
at.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm like, here,
Yes.
you don't change the name now, like.
I am
No, but you have to
nervous.
write a joke in there about her calling him Stoker because that's
He's
just
like, it's Stoker. And she's like,
Well, I was just like, oh god, I can. Oh, she's gonna be looking for it. Like it's not here. It's like it's joke.
Stoker.
I'm so dead. I said it with such confidence. My
So did
mind-
I.
You guys, your minds are
I
so
sang it.
far into the gutter with that Fabian dude. I am.
You didn't have to
totally-
show us a picture, and you did.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
No,
so
no,
dead. You know?
Oh, yeah,
my God.
that was too fitting. That was too.
Holy crap.
That was
I'm gonna that's gonna be like one of our clips for this episode. That is
absolutely that
hilarious.
was
So
so
good.
perfect. I can't.
They're
even.
gonna be like, "What did she say?"
That's why I was like, I felt like the mom. I was like, it's Stoker.
He said, "Hold on, honey."
It's Stoker, not Stroker. Okay, like we're not out this big.
You're a little excited.
Stoker, not Stroker.
I'm so dead right now.
You're
It's
clearly
just
not.
the fact of the confidence I had when I said it.
Yeah,
like this like kills me right now.
You
I
both,
was like,
yeah.
I was like, boop, boop, boop.
Stoker.
Oh my god.
That's just all. I see this.
That's how you know I'm excited is when I start saying words wrong.
That's what's on your mind. I mean, in all fairness, I did give you tidbits of some of those types of scenes. So it's not
You
as
did,
weird.
so you know
was
what?
just
I blame you.
building.
I'll take all credit.
God.
All the
Oh
blame.
my gosh. Go ahead, Tiff. Send this out. 'Cause I can't.
Can't even. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Official Page to Picture for book to screen updates and behind the scenes content, Stoker, and other interviews.
Until next time, everybody. Thanks. Bye.